Every autistic individual will have their own unique journey to communicate. Here's some examples of things that really helped support both of our kids. We have 2 boys who are autistic. Simon is 3 years old at level 1 autism, which is a more high-functioning mild autism. Yeah, you're talking in the mic,
Ezra, do you like tearing?
And Ezra, he's 7 years old, has apraxia of speech, ADHD, and level 3 autism, which is more severe.
That's so fun. Yeah.
My boys are on a journey to communicate, and it looks different for each of them. But we as a family help our 2 younger boys communicate with the same type of support. Here are 7 natural ways to help support your child in finding their own voice. Just last week, while recording audio for a video for this channel, Simon came into my room and wanted to add some dialogue of his own. He's making the connection between the sounds he made and the green and red moving lines on the phone. Be a great narrator. Quite by accident, we found a unique way to motivate our child into using his voice. And at the end of this video, we'll talk about one of the most common mistakes that parents and caregivers make. Here's 7 tips for helping your autistic child communicate. With Ezra at first, we used PECS, which is a picture exchange communication system. This way, he can choose the picture of what he wants to eat. Are you tired? You don't look tired right now. You just look so cute. And now years later, we're using an iPad for him to point at pictures, and now it speaks for him.
Good job. Nice work. Yeah, we're all done.
Ezra is really motivated by string cheese. Yes. Okay, let's see. Can you use your device and tell us what you want?
Good job. Nice work. Here you go. Good job.
He's like, that was only a little bit, but I'll eat it.
Good job. Nice work. Hey. Nice work. Good job.
Trick or treat.
You said trick or treat. You can have one.
I love that Ezra can learn to communicate in a way that reduces stress and not heightens anxiety. He's able to comfortably and confidently press buttons to express himself. I can't wait to see what else he can say and do. Another tip to help increase your child's desire to communicate is by choosing games or activities that they show interest in, instead of traditionally making them sit at the table and go through flashcards, which sometimes can be very effective. Keep in mind there are so many other ways where kids can learn in a natural environment. Ezra enjoys when he has the steering wheel in front of him at the store. I say sounds that go with what he's doing. Vroom, 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 vroom. Our little guy Simon loves the arcade, so when we go there, we can practice speech with him and it becomes part of his play. Another tip is to create a narration of their actions as they play. It can look something like this.
Are you driving a car?
Pressing the button. This is a very natural way to give them words and teach them vocabulary as they're enjoying themselves. Simon also loves putting things in the blender, and Adam creates a conversation around the activity, labeling the fruit that they put in.
The banana? Oh, good job. You like shakes?
Oh, well, I did one.
Yeah.
But I don't that too.
Please put in the comments another tip that you have to help children communicate.
Yeah.
No, no.
Mmm. Mmm.
When Ezra was a toddler, he gave us a scare when the doctor said he had cancer. You can see that video here. Because of this experience, we decided to sell our home, move into an RV with our 5 kids, 2 who are autistic, and travel to all the national parks. We wanted to make memories with them while we have them. please consider subscribing. We still have a lot of video to get out. Another tip is copying what your child is saying or what they're trying to say.
Open Ezra.
Wow.
Wow. Is that a car car? Car car.
This can help reassure that you're listening to them and understanding them so that they feel heard and feel motivated to keep on communicating. Another tip is through an activity that interests your child, create situations where they repetitively expect a certain result after certain words. Here's an example.
Can you do it again? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Ezra's turn. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Both Ezra and Simon love popping bubble wrap. This way, they can connect the meaning and importance of the words as they anticipate the result, like using ready, set, go, or 1, 2, 3. Another tip is reading books to them, if they're interested in them. It took Ezra years to be able to sit and turn through the pages of a book, but those colorful pages can really help bring meaning and interest in the words and conversations that they inspire. Simon now loves to babble about what he sees on the page.
Reading it. Good job. Yeah. Yeah.
Another tip is to start simple. Simon is really finding his voice, but we still just concentrate on one syllable at a time, like animal sounds and vowel sounds. What does a doggy say? What does a cat say? What does a bird say? What does a monster say? Good job. You say O, U, I, O, A, E. Good job! My goodness, I didn't know you were so good at that. What are you saying? What? Kuak, like a little duck. Kuak. With Ezra, we start with yes and no and all done on his device. When Ezra was 7 and 8 months old, he actually said little words like mama, dada, and baba. But after we used this technique of withholding his bottle until he would say baba, well, it backfired and it pretty much silenced him. And he never said baba ever again. Do you agree with our list? Please put in the comments and let us know. A very common mistake that's made by caregivers and parents is when they're afraid to use signs. Some people may wrongly assume that teaching your young child to use signs is giving them a crutch, but the research shows otherwise. There is a different reason why signs can be very helpful and supportive. When verbal skills are difficult, it can cause more anxiety, and that decreases the likelihood of learning. If you can help your child learn to sign, even just the word more or all done or help, you're giving them power and autonomy in their own life. Power to express themselves and be heard. Remember, if you have an autistic child, you're in good company. And this video gives some examples on the differences between speech delay and autism. And here's our autism playlist.